Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? It's Trey TV. I'm back with another video, man. So check this out. You feel me? We got Lomachenko officially ducks Tank Davis, man. And honestly, I'm not even surprised, you know. And I know a lot of people gonna have a lot of things to say about this, but I didn't even want to see Tank fight Lomachenko anyway. Because at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Lomachenko is washed. You feel me? He's not the same Lomachenko that he was when he fought Gary Russell or anything like that. I mean, he's old, man. I mean, yeah, he put up a spectacular performance against Devin Haney, against George Kambosos that makes him look good. But behind the scene, man, go look up how old he is. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko is an old fighter, that still can bang. But in my opinion, we all know that in the back of our minds that Gervonts Tank Davis can beat him easily. You know what I'm saying? He has the power to stop him. He's faster. He's fresher. He's younger. I mean, in my books, Tank Davis wouldn't get no credit out that win. You know what I'm saying? It'll be just, okay, cool. We knew that was going to happen. On to the drawing board. But breaking news, that fight's not actually going to happen. And I respect Lomachenko for not taking that fight. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's a high risk, high reward. But at the end of the day, he's getting ready to retire within a couple of years or so. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing that he needs to do is get knocked out before he get retired. And that's what's going to happen if he fights a guy like Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's in 135 pounds on down, Tank is stopping him. Easy. But either than that, man, let's get into it. We got Shakur Stevenson and Gervonts Tank Davis getting ready to bang. You know what I'm saying? This has been one of the most anticipated fights since Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Both of them guys started off cool, and then Shakur Stevenson started tweeting, and then Gervonts Tank Davis started beating. You feel me? In the ring. And that's just what it is. But the way I see that fight playing out, I mean, you can ask 3 or 4-year-old son or daughter, they'll tell you the same thing. Shakur Stevenson is not an elite fighter, When he steps up at competition, you seen what he done with Edwin De Los Santos. You seen what he done to the guy that he just fought. I mean, it's like he's throwing less and less the more he goes up in competition. Versus Tank Davis, he fights the same way, except he can adapt. When he fought Cruz and hurt his hand in the 4th or 5th round or something like that, he fought off the back foot. He was still punching. When he fought Frank Martin, yeah, he started off slow, but he was still punching. He was still putting that mental pressure down on him. You feel me? And at the end of the day, the way I see that fight going, I see that fight ending in a stoppage, in my opinion. You know what I mean? For one, Shakur doesn't like to stay in range to get hit. And he want to call himself or compare himself to Floyd Mayweather based off of the criticism that he's been speaking off of or getting spoken off of. Come on, man. You ain't nowhere near like Floyd, man. Floyd was actually letting his hands go. Floyd was actually entertaining at times. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Tank will wash you, bro. I mean, I'm not even a Tank fan. I'm just a fan of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And I realized Frank Martin had the only chance, in my opinion, at 135 on down to dethrone Tank. And what did Tank show y'all? You can do all that running. I'm going to take you to the body. Look at the fight with Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez. When he fought Valdez, he said vividly that Oscar Valdez caught him with a great shot to the body. And when he hit him to the body, he hurt him. You know what I mean? We're talking about Oscar Valdez, someone who doesn't even have half the power that Tank Davis got. Now, when you put that into perspective, and when you look at it from that type of way, man, Tank Davis is going to catch him. I mean, Everybody always says that Shakur Stevenson is the master of defense. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Tank Davis exposed him of that by saying, hey, how he the master of defense when all he does is back. And when he tried to fight the guy that he fought last, he was getting touched. That's why he resorted to, you know what? I'm going to stay in range, but I'm not going to let my hands go. You know what I'm saying? You got Terrence Bud Crawford. You got Andre SOG Ward telling him after the fight, hey, man, you didn't let your hands go. And then you got him trying to go back and forth. Well, no, he didn't go back and forth with them because he already knew what was up with them. But you got your grandfather, who is your head coach, who's in the fight with you, inside the ring, telling you, Shakur, let your hands go. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. You can have the best boxing ability in the world. You can have the best IQ in the world. You can be the sharpest fighter in the world. But if you don't let your hands go, none of that means nothing. It don't mean anything. You feel me? Everybody trying to ride his coattail, talk about what ain't riding his coattail now. Because everybody see what I've been saying for years. Shakur Stevenson is a great fighter. But at the end of the day, when you call a spade, he doesn't like to get hit. And he fights like that. And you can't fight like that at the top level. You know, a lot of people used to boo and say, oh man, Floyd Mayweather is running. But he let his hands go every single fight. It may not have been to the extent to where a lot of people wanted it to, but he was actually entertaining. And he actually fought top guys and did that. Shakur Stevenson is fighting C-plus fighters and running, not letting his hands go, versus Floyd Mayweather. He's actually outboxing the top of the best of the best. You know, someone who's beat more world champions than anybody that's ever laced up a pair of gloves, ever. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur Stevenson, the way I see this fight playing out, like I said before, I see this fight playing out ending in a knockout. You can't run forever. You feel me? You can run. Y'all know that saying. You can run, but you cannot hide. I'm pretty sure Shakur and Gervonts, Tank Davis, they kind of go into negotiations. And if I was Tank Davis, which I feel like he is a great negotiator when it comes down to putting things into his favor, like weight and ring size, man, I will make that ring the smallest you can make it, a 5x8, a 5x10 or something, so you can boss that little man in, walk him down in the most prominent stance of a high guard, and you gonna hear you gonna hear that from when Shakur getting hit to the body, and he gonna stop him. You know, it's the same thing. Tank Davis, all he gonna do, walk you down with the high guard. Shakur Stevenson gonna get on his bike. No, not his pedal bike, his motorcycle. Suzuki. One of them bikes from China. He gonna be zooming around the ring, not throwing no punches. Tank gonna catch you with 3 or 4 body shots. That's gonna slow that thing down. And then he gonna get off the bike and start walking. And then Tank just gonna do what he do. What they say from Baltimore, he gonna do what he do. I mean, it's simple. He gonna do his thing. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. You feel me? If y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. It's Trey TV and we out.